Hello everybody, Ben Prather here from MTech again. Thank you for joining us in the next video in our series. So today we're going to talk about the in-game documentation tools. Now we do have student series teaching students how to use these in-game documentation tools. However, it's important that teachers also understand how they work so you can support students in using them, as well as so you know how to facilitate the workflow. So the in-game documentation tools are exported as a PDF, as we'll go over, and then they can be uploaded and submitted to Google Classroom. One important thing to understand before we get going is that the Minecraft lessons that students are working in this case, we've given them a lesson file and they're working on their own devices. That's where those lessons live. It's not like as a teacher, you can just dive in and go into their lessons. The lesson files do live on those particular devices. It's also important to note then that if students switch devices, they won't have access to the same world. Those lessons or worlds are saved locally. So that's why you have students document their creations in one of two ways, the in-game documentation tools being one of them, and then they share that with us so that we can see their creations and have access to their demonstration of their learning. So without further ado, let's see those in-game documentation tools. So first thing is I'm going to jump into a world that I have created here. Remember, worlds live on the device specifically. So this actually was a collaborative lesson. The students were all in the same world, but the tools are the same. So let's say that this had been a student's individual lesson and they had built this and now they want to share it with their teacher. We have a couple options here. We are in creative mode. So if I press E, I will go into my inventory. We're going to use two tools here to export our learning. First off is the camera. And second thing we want to use is the book and the quill. And there it is right there. All right, so in order to use my hotbar, I press the numbers to change the things in my hand at the bottom. Number one is my camera. I can point and take pictures of my work to share with my teacher. So in this case, the student might want to show the ABB pattern there, or the A and B pattern up there. Next, what we want to do, I'm going to press the hotbar number 2 to use the book and quill. I'm going to right click to use that. The book and quill gives me an area where I can insert pictures that I took. And then I can also write about it. You can add multiple pages and explain your learning. All right, so when the student has finished adding all of their details, and they're ready to send the book to you, they click sign here. Now, it's important again, they're going to warn us here. Note, when you sign the book, it will no longer be editable. All right, and they enter a title. When they're ready, they sign and close. What this does is creates a finished PDF. You'll see I have a flashing book in my hand. Now, to share it with teachers, we have to save it and export it from Minecraft. So I right-click again, and now I can export this book. It saves as a PDF. It's going to ask me where to save it. My Pattern House by Prather B. Okay. Now students can upload it to Google Classroom. Another option. Students can always leave the world, save and exit, and they can actually, in the world, if I click on it here, I can actually go into settings and I can export the world. What that means is save the world. So right there, export. So I'm actually going to save the world file itself. Now, after students have done either one of these, they can go to Google Classroom to then share this with you. So again, students would go to Google Classroom, and we do have a series of videos to show students how to do these exact steps on the different devices. So I have to go to a classroom where I am a teacher, or where I'm a student, to kind of show you how students can. Here we go. Here's a class right here. So let's say I had this assignment for pattern houses that I wanted to post share my world with my students. Again, I should have prepared a fake assignment here, but I didn't. Let's pretend that this was it, building number sense. Let's pretend that was it. The student would then click View Assignment, and they would add their work in over here by clicking Add Create and uploading those two files. So I would find that exact file on my computer of number one, the PDF, my pattern house, and I can add that. Or if I had exported the world and wanted to share the exact world with my teacher, just remember that you'd have to then download all of the worlds that your students share with you and then upload them into your own version of Minecraft to view. So that's why this PDF is a lot better to attach. But I just wanted to show that you can actually attach the whole world so that the teacher could go inside and see student work as well. Both of these will work. The pattern house will be viewable by the teacher in Google Classroom Online. Okay. Whereas the world, again, they would have to download and upload into Minecraft. So that's the in-game documentation tools that Minecraft Education Edition has for students to be able to share their learning with teachers. Now, we do have a student series of this video, so be sure to check that out. It's more student-friendly and directed for teaching them those in-game documentation tools and then how they can share that with teachers. But yeah, be sure to share those videos with students as well. Now, that's a wrap for our Getting Started with Minecraft Education Edition series. Thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.